Hello, this is again a tough video, hopefully a short tough video, this time on the dilemma or problem of being straight, to be honest to yourself, and to take the actions you believe in. Let us go back to 1933, 1928, and then the following years. And there we had, and go to Germany, Germany, and there the NS regime took over. And what they did is, there was one of the main, maybe one of the like 5 main problems was what they did with the Jewish population. Besides starting a war, besides being cruel against people that thought differently, being cruel against handicapped people, and so on. So maybe it's like one of the 5 really hard things. But what happened when they took over is they kind of said, Jews, put them a little bit down. They are, they are not as good as the Irish people, so population. And they started a whole system of, cataloging and, ancestry, and so on. And if you are a half Jew or quarter Jew or 1/8 Jew and so on, they created kind of a system of that. And then what happened is that actually the Jews, shop, that they kind of every month it got worse. And now the problem, look at, for example, a single Jew, he could have said, well, I just go to the US, I go to Sweden. So immigration. And I think doing kind of 33 to 35, maybe that would have still be an option, for him. But he's single, so that's a single. And his problem is, the friends, job, inability to move, and so on. These were kind of his problems. But if he overcame these problems, he could emigrate. But now imagine he is in a family. He takes care of his parents, or he takes care of a family, has kids, and the kids, they go to kindergarten, they go, here you have a school, so they go to school, they have friends, so friends, the wife has parents and relatives, and, you have hobbies, all these things. And now, what do you do? Now, let's say you start thinking, exclamation mark, question mark, there's something going wrong. But what do you do? And now the thing is, you might say, and this is now a psychological problem, it's a shift of the normal. So, and the shift of his normal was, well, okay, the kids at school, they get mistreated, so mistreatment. Like after a year, that was normal, and now they had to wear the Jewish star, and then after a year, that was normal, and so it's this shift of the normal, and that happened to all of them. Some of them, when the threshold went over, and if they maybe didn't have financial problems and so on, it could have been that they said, okay, we emigrate and then immigrate to the US, but there you might have to have money, you might have to have knowledge, you have to be somebody that, now you would call it green card, So you would have to be somebody where the USA says, fantastic, that's good that you come. And I guess the I don't know, 5 million Jews in Germany and maybe a little bit more, I think it was 8 million then in Europe. So the numbers are not very precise. What they did is that they, because of the shift of the normal, they kind of never made it over the threshold. And that meant that kind of starting in 1937 and onwards, then these guys were actually sent to the concentration camp. And obviously the masses said, okay, that's the new, okay. So they said, yes, I put it in red. So that is the new normal. Yeah, so it's psychologically just a shift of what is normal. And people actually accept that as their reality, and then they move on. And so that is a trick how you can actually get people to become very, very cruel, or if you do it in a nice way, to become very, very nice. Now, what I want to do, I shift the paper, and that leaves me some space here for what is going on with the corona. I call it disaster. Yeah, with the corona disaster. And if you look at it, it's exactly that, shift of the normal. And now what I want to say here is that if in, let's say, 2021, there's a vaccination, and then, the government says, you have to use the vaccine, and you're forced. Then what you could do, a family. So here your family, remove the Jewish star, Star of David, and put in the I have not been vaccinated. And now the thing is, what happens to the kids? Are they allowed to go to school? Are they allowed to travel? The whole family, go by bus or by, train, tram, and so on. Are they allowed to do that? So question mark. Maybe still in 2021, but in 2022, are they allowed? Will they be allowed? Question mark. I don't know. It's the same as this poor guy. He thought about, no, this is the normal, and the normal will stay. However, we know from the past that the normal, usually, if we don't say stop, then the new normal will be the new normal, and then it will move on to even worse situation until there is a stop, a hard stop. And so now my big problem is, if I'm kind of in a family, what can I do? So I'm sitting here in Germany, and then my family is here, and they say, yeah, that's fine. My parents say, yeah, that's fine, all fine. And then now there's this big question mark here in my head. What can I do? Obviously, now with Corona, there's one big problem. That is, if I go to the US, there is also vaccination, maybe also forced vaccination. In Sweden, not. So maybe I have to go to Sweden. Maybe that would be an option. But I would leave my loved ones behind because of because we disagree on a specific topic, disagree on one topic. Yeah, and for that reason, I go into the exile, and I've done that in a former video, in a different playground. Because if you don't like this playground with forced vaccination anymore, just move the playground. And unless there are playgrounds you can play, then fine. You only have this, and that's why I call this the dilemma of being straight. So if you decide, no, I disagree on this topic, then do you take the consequence and go to Sweden, go to the US, go to some country, go to a different playground and go there, if your loved ones don't come with you, if your money doesn't come with you, if your friends don't come with you. And that is the decision you have to take. And I think it's very exciting times we live in, and this decision I'm actually looking for on a kind of a science fiction thriller level. I'm actually looking forward to that. So I'm looking forward to 2021, 2022. What I have to do, or what I can do, what are my options in this thriller we are currently going through. I really enjoyed in this respect, in the respect of something that allows me to learn new things, to learn new things about myself, about humans, my neighbors, my loved ones, you know, friends, about humanity in total society, and so on. Thank you very much for listening, and have a great day. Bye bye.